And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Overwatch Collegiate Varsity series. I am your host, Kevin Kanashi Tagupa, and we are here enjoying and getting ready for the match between ArtU Esports versus Boise State. So, the Academy of Art University, one of the teams that got invited, same thing with the Boise State Broncos. It's going to be very interesting to see them face once again. Um, this is actually their first time meeting. I haven't seen either of these teams play in this recent iteration. I've played and I've had a lot of enjoyment playing with the Academy of Art University, being one of their veteran players, and now being here on the sports desk. It's actually a lot of fun. But it's going to be interesting to see what Boise State comes out with. We don't know their roster, and we don't know what they're going to be coming out with. I don't even know their Tespa record at the moment. So it's going to be interesting if they're also playing at the same thing. They're playing for the same amount of stakes here. ArtU is currently 1-1. They're looking to break that tie so that they can keep moving forward and moving up in the ranks. But this western region for Tespa is actually pretty hard, considering that there are a lot of top name universities in this pool, especially from the West Coast, California area. So we have a lot of you have UC Berkeley, you have UC San Jose, or San Jose State University. You also have Berkeley as well, who is in this pool. So these teams are very strong, and it's going to be really interesting to see when and if they play them down the line. Just to remind you guys, it is a best of three series today. We are going to have more than one match. So this first one is going to be against Boise State. Later on, we have the University of Utah. So stick around for that as well. We'll see how they play out as well. So just to let you guys know, first map is going to be Busan. It is a control point map. They're going to be playing all three of the maps, hopefully. Hopefully we get some good games, but the Academy of Art is just waiting on the rest of them to come and roll into the game, as we are just going to be hanging out here. So we'll just chat it up a little bit, as we saw recently in this week. We saw um, the SF Shock. They won the Overwatch League and had a nice interview with Jimmy Fallon. I thought that was a very nice interview that they had. Very softball, but at least gave the general audience an idea of what it takes to be an esports player, and especially in the Overwatch League. Considering that some of these players here are looking to become a pro, it's really nice to see that it's getting a little bit more exposure, going on late night shows, and at least discussing with the hosts like some of the things that are important and some of the myths that come with playing esports. Most of the time, they think, oh, you know what, you're just playing games for fun. There's nothing really significant to get out of it. But once you realize how many hours you put in, how long it takes to get used to the team, and how well team coordination does play into these kinds of things, it it's no longer a solo social thing. It's more of a social interaction. You're playing with people who you really don't have the chance to hang out with, and especially on an Overwatch team or on a team like this, it's all about camaraderie, bringing it all together, enjoying the esports community. It looks like we do have the teams loaded in here. We will see what they decide to go with. Obviously, they have Busan, and Busan's going to be the default pick going into this. So we are waiting on that for a little bit. Once we get to that, it will be up, obviously. So for the most part, I'll just give you a rundown of the ArtU roster. We have Kairos, Techie, TCAT, Price, Harambe, and Senior Pac-Man. They are all sophomores and juniors, so if they do want to continue on and play into their senior year, they definitely can. I did. But hopefully it doesn't get in the way of their studies, or you know, pretty much this is an extracurricular. You want to make this as fun as you can. You want to make your name on the team. You do it while you can, while you have the time. So this is going to be a very interesting team. Once again, best of three. Um, it's going to be over the course of 4 weeks. We have 8 matches. They already played two, and so we are officially on week two. Uh, and Busan's going to be the first map once we get there. Another thing that we can definitely mention in terms of upcoming events, we have the Halloween event coming up for Overwatch, which is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, it comes around on this Tuesday. We were expecting it on the 8th, but I could totally see it being on the 15th. Us having a 3 week, 3 week period where we can go and enjoy the event, as long as it goes past Halloween and then maybe a little bit into November, but not too far that it conflicts with BlizzCon. So we'll see if it comes around, rolls out on the 15th. Hopefully it does. If we do, we'll get some new skins. We'll definitely be talking about it because it will be all over the place, and you can bet yourself that I'll be playing a little bit of the Junkenstein's Revenge, especially if it's on the new map. We're thinking with the background, we don't know if that's 100% true, but Junkertown did look like it got the spooky treatment and got edited for the Halloween event. But we'll see. We'll see if they roll out with anything interesting. Otherwise, more Junkenstein is pretty fun as long as we get some more sprays, a couple more skins. As according to Jeff Kaplan himself, he said that we're going to be mellowing it out a little bit on this Halloween event. We're not going to go all out and pretty much work on what is it? What's the right term here? Life balance changes, quality of life changes. That's a word. So we're working on quality of life changes, and as we could see, same thing with the PTR patch. We're going to have a lot of shakeups there as well. We're going to have the Winston barriers coming up faster. We have defense matrix coming up faster. Arissa's shield goes down a second later, so it's gonna be interesting to see if that does shake up the meta in any way, and if so, how our team's going to be adapting and evolving to that, especially if it rolls out on Tuesday. If it rolls out on Tuesday, there might be a couple meta shifts. It always takes a week or two to really get your footing and realize, okay, how do we run this new stuff, or do we still run the old stuff and hope that nobody picks up on this new stuff and all that. It's going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out. Both of the teams are loaded in. I believe that they're just figuring out a couple of issues here before they are ready to start this match here. Once again, Academy of Art University versus Boise State. Just waiting on the match to start up. It's going to be Busan once again, and yeah, we're gonna hopefully have a couple more games. Just letting you guys know, the next match is going to be starting at 3 p.m. The Academy of Art is going to be playing against the University of Utah. So we will be seeing them as well. And it looks like the game is just about to start. And here we go, straight into Busan, which is, once again, one of the very staple maps for this Tespa Collegiate series. Once again, Busan, we're going into Mecha Base, according to the map here, as we're getting the fly cam. I'm just going to be chilling here, enjoying this cast, and hopefully it goes according to plan. As you can see here, V's giving us a nice sweep of the mecha squad, and hopefully we get to see them as heroes later down the line. But here we go, Boise State versus the Academy of Art University. Couple seconds till this match begins. This is map 1 of 3, of course, and here we go, going right into Busan. Looks like it's going to be pretty standard here, as both teams are going to be rolling out. The interesting part, though, Sulpan still on the Reinhardt, so they are going to be running a double shield, but this time instead of the Sigma, they're going to be utilizing the Reinhardt instead. If they are going to be keeping on to this, it would be an interesting lineup. I could definitely see this working, though. And here they go. They are going to be rolling out with this, as a matter of fact. And here is, as you can see at the bottom, that is our ArtU squad. They are going to be going into this not knowing that they are going to be running the Reinhardt as well. The interesting part about the Reinhardt versus the Sigma matchup. Oh, what a good pull. Good move on the side of Boise State. Basilisk just getting him off the high ground. Kairos just running at the rest of them, trying to keep him off the point. But it's kind of a messy fight, as we see right now. The observer cam just giving us a nice top-down view. As we can see, ArtU is just kind of trying to flank around the shield, and here comes the Coalescence out on the side of Boise State already, just trying to push it in, trying to be as aggressive as they can. Techie almost getting it, but she's going to get brought down pretty quickly. Sulpan just swinging away, giving them the damage that they need, and that's the thing that they can do. They can just play off of this Reinhardt and the Coalescence in order to get in, and Boise State already looking at a potential Earth Shatter here. So very good aggressive push initially by Boise State University, and they're trying to get a little bit more aggressive, keep them at the choke here. As it looks like Pac-Man and the rest of the team is just trying to get together here so that they can push their way through. Once again, they're just sticking at the choke. Not a lot going on here. Uses the Meteor Strike. T-Cat getting an interesting kill right here, but Techie goes down early. CBMX is actually going to lose his life here. Harambe is going to take him out. And they are just trading kills right here. But with the Orisa down, it means that there's less shields on the side of Boise State, and the Academy of Art is definitely taking advantage of that, as Kairos is still running at Nerdy Bird. It looks like this is going to be a flip, but the contest is still going on here. They're trying to get a little bit more in there. Looks like Kairos almost to a Death Blossom here. Senior Pac-Man already has his Gravitic Flux as well, and Harambe has bongos ready when he needs it. Meanwhile, Boise State already looking at 4 other ults. Might have Coalescence up for this fight as well, depending on if Nerdy Bird can get a little bit more healing, and will have it. The beat is dropped by Basilisk. It's going to be dropped down here. Same thing with the bongo. Modern Frost going to be popping his Death Blossom, but Kairos already picks off 2 in the back line, and they are just going to run at him. A nice mitigation of ults here. Sulpan still here, gets slammed into the wall by T-Cat. Meanwhile, Kairos focusing down the Orisa, just going one-on-one, and it looks like the Academy of Art going to have to utilize their ults in order to keep the point, but they do. Officially taking a lead here in this match, especially on this map here. Once again, we are on Mecha base. Price on that Lucio, fast speed. But Boise State needs to figure out a way how they can get their hands back into this game. They just used a lot of ultimates, so this might be another dry fight for them. Here comes Coalescence by Techie, pushing in. Kairos stunned and taken out quickly. Sulpan switches over to that Sigma in order to get that mitigation here, but T-Cat already doing the damage, and Techie cleaning up with the Coalescence, and they're just going to be pushing their way through, keeping the pressure up. And this is exactly the playstyle that I remember from the Academy of Art. Definitely being aggressive and pushing up as quickly as they can. It's making sure to hold their ground. Boise State trying to figure out if they can get another fight in here. They only have like 15 seconds to get in here. Oh, the pull! The meteor shot, the meteor slam right on top. Does get the Lucio, so no potential for healing there. Kairos already running in the back. Death Blossom cleaning it up, and they're just going to push their way through, making sure that they are not going to be able to touch this point here. As the wick ticks down, the Academy of Art is going to be taking point A here, which is Mecha Base. Very clean execution at the end, making sure that, even if they lost a couple of players here and there, they will be able to clean up and make sure that their play was 100% clean. A couple of takeaways there that I can see. Harambe and T-Cat definitely working on that pull slam combo, as we saw with the Meteor Strike coming up after the halt. Those two really just work together, pulling them together, trying to get the damage in, and then just allowing Kairos to get into the backline. But we have seen a lot from Boise State. The fact that Sulpan was able to pull out the Reinhardt early really did put a kink in the whole flow there. Usually, when you see a Reinhardt, it's considered the main tank, but playing it kind of as an off tank really does help out here, as we're going to be moving on into Sanctuary, which is our next match, or their next map here on Busan. They're moving in. Kairos is going to be playing that Symmetra this time, trying to get that shield break as early as he can. They're just pushing on through. Here comes a couple of barriers. Pretty much it's just the early poke game, trying to get some damage in. They're just playing across. No kills yet. The Rock still hasn't quite connected. T-Cat already trying to get one-on-one against the enemy Doomfist. Kairos is going to help out with a cleanup kill. And there we go. The fight is now officially in ArtU's favor with the numbers advantage. But Techie going in. Had the Coalescence, popped it early just to keep the team up and try to take the fight here. But Nerdy Bird is trying to keep her team up right now with that Moira. Modern Frost does find a pick off here. Parais finds the Sigma kill with the boop at the very end. The beat is dropped here in order to save ArtU. T-Cat just going in, trying to get aggressive with it, and he gets a slam on a Modern Frost, and that's going to take him out. They're going to pull down the rest of the team. Sulpan dropping. And it looks like ArtU is finally going to secure the point here, and they are going to be taking the lead early. Couple of ultimates to look out for, though. Both bongos are going to be online for them. But Price already has his beat available. Looks like he might want to hang on to that for the Gravitic. The fact that Basilisk used it a little earlier on his Lucio means that they don't really have an answer to Senior Pac-Man when he does use his Gravitic Flux, if he does decide to use it in this next fight. So the supercharger is dropped by Boise State. They're looking to get a little bit more aggressive. Sulfon already dropped though. Kairos' sentry turret keeping him away and slowing him up from the top, making sure that it is a difficult angle to really approach from. Kairos just pushing his way through, looking for something in the backline maybe. Pac-Man has the Gravitic Flux available if he wants to use it. And he's looking for it. Gravitic Flux. He gets a lift off, and he's going to drop Basilisk. Does get the kill there. There's no more Lucio. Costs him his life, though. Price does drop his. Doesn't really give an answer to theirs later, but it looks like the Academy of Art is stabilizing here. Already 70% for the Academy of Art. They're just chipping away at barriers and playing with the teleporter, making sure that they can bring back Senior Pac-Man onto the point. Techie sitting with Coalescence, just being very patient with it, knowing that this is pretty much the only answer that they have to the Gravitic Flux if they do decide to use it. Here goes Coalescence, being caught by Techie early, trying to keep him away. Senior Pac-Man does land a rock there, but Techie is stunned out of her Coalescence, so that is going to cost him a little bit. T-Cat looking for a slam, does force the beat drop there. But here comes the lift, up by CBMX, going to be getting that off. He's pushing his way through. Overtime already here for the Academy of Art. They're looking to keep the point here away from them. Price getting the melees, cleaning them up. T-Cat and Kairos doing the damage. That's going to secure it. The Academy of Art is going to be taking map number 1 and taking the lead in this series. All right, the play of the game going to Kairos here on that Reaper. It's probably one of those very interesting plays. Oh my god, off the side and gets the teleport back in order for time to save him. And he uses the Death Blossom in order to clean them up. Very perfect execution and the way how they played there. A lot of things to take note here. As we see the cards coming up, we don't need to really reference to that. They did a very good job. Most of these fights were very clean by the Academy of Art, but that does not discount Boise State at all. Their play is very top tier, and they're also playing with things that are not necessarily meta. It's very interesting to see that kind of gameplay come in, especially at this point in the game. I really did enjoy seeing the Reinhardt, not going to lie. Sulfon doing a lot on that off-tank role, and being able to roll out with something like that, especially when you have a Moira who will be able to throw Coalescence on you to keep you up. You have the aggressiveness of the Reinhardt, but you also have the shield that Sigma could have provided with more HP. You can play it a little bit more slowly. It also goes through barriers. That's another thing that's really important here. A couple of plays that I saw that were quite on top. T-Cat getting a lot of very good meteor strikes, even without the help of the pool. But it looks like we are going to be moving on into the next match already. It's going to be Numbani. This is a hybrid map. We're going to be getting right into it. Numbani, not the hybrid map that most teams like to pick. This is something that's kind of niche, I would say. Not necessarily a great bunker map. It's kind of a divey map. So the Academy of Art getting ready to take this on. Same thing with Boise State University. Academy of Art up 1-0 at the moment. Boise State definitely showing a lot of their colors early, which I'm definitely excited to see. Especially when it comes down to seeing new teams, seeing what they decide to roll out with is always interesting. All right, Boise State looking to potentially start with the with a Pharah Ashe combo. That's going to be very interesting to see that come out. Does give them the potential for the hit scan as well as the damage coming in from the Pharah, giving them a very difficult angle to mess with. Meanwhile, it looks like the rest of the team for ArtU is going to be rolling out with a potential Bastion pick and just looking to kind of hold their fort against this Pharmacy comp. As you can see, the team currently lined up, currently focused, getting ready to come out here and roll out here on map number 2, which is Numbani here at the Overwatch Collegiate Varsity Series. Here we go, game number 2. Boise State, Academy of Art. Techie does switch over to the Moira, give him a little bit more healing. The anti-nade, though, out by Basilisk. Very interesting and very good honestly. Landed on 6 of them after the pool, but really doesn't have a lot to collapse on. T-Cat already gets the teleport onto the high ground. Kind of misses there, but they are just trying to play for the corner here, just to get him out in the open and get the shields up. This is exactly what ArtU wanted. Just playing in this corner, trying to protect Kairos right now. It is protect the president strat here for the Academy of Art. Price's immortality field does go down though. This is very scary for the Academy of Art. They're already corralled into this corner. They really can't leave. Bob coming down, throwing him up, and it looks like they are going to get a couple of kills here. And it looks like they are going to clean it up. Boise State definitely mitigating that damage perfectly there. They had to commit the Bob for it, but it was just enough to do it.
Hello there.
Salad on my ski, definitely playing very well on that, on the Ashe, just finding the right picks off and also giving a different angle. As you can see, they're playing away from the rest of the team. Oh, and it looks like the Academy of Art rolling out with a dive now. This is something that I haven't seen in quite a while. I'm kind of excited to see Kairos already dropping pretty low there. It looks like the team's going to be dropping the barrage right on top of him. Pac-Man's going to lose his mech as well. And they are just going to get a couple of cleanup kills. Right now, it just looks like it's time to grind some ultimates, get some ult charge here for the Academy of Art. They're already down 2 players. Recall down. Price getting aggressive. Solid on my ski. Already brought down. Modern Frost is going to take out T-Cat though. So they do lose a couple of players here, and it looks like Price is going to get the quick reset along with T-Cat. Kairos now on the Widow. 2 minutes left on the clock here for the Academy of Art to make a push here. Techie does have her Coalescence ready if they want to try to get aggressive here. But the swaps early does make it difficult to really push in. As we see Harambe on his signature hero here. Hops in on the Winston, drops a bubble. Trying to get aggressive on Nerdy Bird. There you go. The Mercy's down there looking at even more, but CBMX already dropping the 2 tanks. So they're not going to have a front line here. Kairos looking for one, gets the headshot. Looking for even more here. Can he get another kill? Does get CBMX body shot right there. And he's looking for the spawns. So that way ArtU can secure the point, and they are going to. 3 minutes on the clock. 3:45 added. Harambe trying to get his way here. So Pac-Man is going to switch over to the Sigma. And Harambe is also going to swap back to the Orisa. They're going to play it a little bit slower again. But they had to switch to that dive in order to get aggressive and get into the back line, making it difficult for the Ashe to just even play the game. So interesting swaps coming out here, and very good picks. Kairos getting picked out quite early there. Try to get aggressive. And they understand that Harambe trying to back up. Coalescence used to save the rest of the team, and they're just trying to take this fight here. The immortality field does go down. T-Cat already finding 2, and they're looking to push off of this. T-Cat finding even more along with Techie. And ArtU playing it cleanly. Swapping, making the best of their disadvantage there. The fact that they had the closer spawn advantage really did help too. Kairos over on the Ashe now, giving that hit scan potential if they need to find it. Solid on my ski does switch over to the mate, which is going to give them a little bit more point control, considering that they do have the Blizzard available. They're going to have a hard time engaging here. Oh, T-Cat with a nice raw coming out by Senior Pac-Man. That's just going to erase Sulpan from even playing in this game. Basilisk also dropping really quickly. And they're just playing around T-Cat, making sure that he can survive this fight. Coalescence coming out by Nerdy Birdie. Does drop a rock onto T-Cat. T-Cat is going to be stunned out of his sentry mode. But he is going to be able to just reset and try to get some more damage in. TBMX stunned up by Pac-Man. Trying to get even more. Yep, here's T-Cat just mowing down the competition and getting the point as quickly as they can. They're just going to be playing super aggressively here. Just going to just keep pushing on through. Academy of Art definitely just chilling, relaxing on the point, waiting for Boise State to make their move here. Modern Frost almost has his ultimate here. CBMX also has his Gravitic Flux. He's going to use it early. He already picks up 3. Oh, but he does stun up the May here. Does get T-Cat off the point, and that's going to cost them that. But they're flipping it around. Techie already gets a res onto T-Cat, and they are going to continue to push on through. Boise State trying to find an answer to this Bastion comp. Doesn't look like it's going to go their way. So Harambe and the rest of the team just sailing, taking this pirate ship all the way to the end. Oh, Senior Pac-Man going for the flux, lifting him up. Modern Frost gets lifted, does get T-Cat out of it though. It is important. The Blizzard coming in. Oh, not quite caught by Senior Pac-Man, so he's going to get punished for that. Techie trying to get the rest of the team out of here and alive, and that's exactly what she's going to do. Keep the team up and back. Modern Frost taking it off, and they're going to stabilize with 3.15 meters left on the payload. Very good push by the Academy of Art, but Boise State finally finding their footing here. About 2 minutes left for the Academy of Art. They want to push on through. T-Cat waiting on the rest of his team. They do go back to the very simple Reaper Doomfist composition, along with the Sigma. Oh, Kairos already TPing into the backline. Maybe big if they don't spot this out. It could really cost them. Pac-Man just taking a lot in the front line here. Keeping the team alive. They do spot out Kairos, so they are going to start rotating back. Oh, Senior Pac-Man already iced up. But T-Cat looking for more, trying to get a pick. Can he do it? No, he's going to be leaving as quickly as he can. Already lost a couple of players. They're just going to have to reset. Oh, they do see T-Cat up here. They don't know if they need to rotate back or if he's going to push on forward, but he's going to wait for his team. He's going to be patient.
60 seconds remaining.
Oh, it looks like they are going to rotate all the way up. ArtU might not even see this coming. May is already up there. Doesn't quite have the ultimate yet, but is using the wall in order to make it harder to back up here. Kairos getting a couple of rotational picks here. Here comes Gravitic Flux up. Gonna be lifting him up, but here comes the Coalescence. Gonna try to keep everybody alive off of this, but it looks like Boise State already picking off 3, and that's gonna be enough for them to stabilize this fight. Looking like they are gonna be able to find their footing in the last 2 minutes of this game, especially when it counts most. 20 seconds left here. Techie just getting some HP back. The wick is ticking down as the Academy of Art has 10 seconds left to touch the point, if they could even get there. They're calling for it. 2 seconds. 1. Price is already on here, but it looks like they are going to try to get aggressive. They do drop the bongo there, and Price is going to drop. The Blizzard is so big, it's going to get everybody, and same thing with the drum, giving them enough damage here. Boise State University is actually going to hold them off from getting all 3 points, but they do have a long road to go if they are going to be able to push this and take the lead or tie up the record here on Numbani. This was their map pick, and it looks like they do understand how the map geography is going to be working out in their favor. It's really interesting to see them switch over to that May, and it really did play out, especially when they needed to control the point. They needed to make sure that, you know, Doomfist can't quite get the line of sight that he wants. It does really help out. It blocks a lot of line of sight. It makes it harder for the Orisa to get the awesome pull that they want, and it does make it a little bit difficult. So Boise State definitely showing their true colors near the end. They know how to play it. We saw a lot of their combos along with the Gravitic Flux into Death Blossom, making sure that, you know, once the drop does happen, they are going to stay down. So it is going to be interesting to see what ArtU decides to play on defense compared to the offense this time of Boise State. Boise State, once again, looking at the Pharah for a potential attack here. T-Cat on a Junkrat. This is something that we usually don't get to see that often, but maybe he's got an idea for this. I'm kind of lost for words right now. I remember T-Cat being a very good Junkrat player as well, but this is something that we're getting a treat today. Usually we don't get to see this kind of play, especially in this meta. Usually it's just like the same thing over and over again, but it looks like both these teams trying something different this time. So here we go. Boise State University trying to tie it up here against the Academy of Art, and this is going to be their initial push. This is going to be pretty difficult considering that they don't have a hit scan player to deal with the Pharah, so it's going to be all up to Kairos and potentially Harambe and Pac-Man to really just get and secure a kill here. Meanwhile, the rest of The rest of the team is playing underneath. Price does get pulled back though. Very nice shield by Harambe, keeping them all alive here. They're trying to get aggressive. They're pushing their way through. They're trying to get the rock kills. Okay, here comes the immortality field. Going to keep them alive. Now they have to deal with this Pharah, who's above them. They already lost a few players here. Academy of Art losing more and more to this Pharah's angle. And Senior Pac-Man really can't just keep his footing there. So Boise State getting a quick turn, and they're trying to just set up on the point, just keep the momentum rolling with them. As they're going to be pushing on through. Here we go, and they do get point A. Modern Frost just looking, prowling on that Bastion. Trying to get a little bit more around the corner potentially, but we'll see what they decide to do. Hero. They're chilling here. They are going to pop the amplification matrix in order to try to push their way through. Get them off of this corner. It does catch out Harambe. Heroes trying to leave, but he doesn't really have the space to do it. T-Cat going to be brought down by the barrage. And same thing with the rest of the team. They're going to have to back up. The Academy of Art already short-handed here. And they're going to res Salad on my ski. And they are going to keep their momentum rolling. They don't need to reset because of that right there. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. They're definitely doing it with a better clock, and they're going to cap point number 2. Boise State pushing on through as the Academy of Art has got to reset, figure it out. Techie already throwing Coalescence out there, but not a lot to really contest with, so they're going to be down that. Salad on my ski switching over to the McCree now. He's going to give him a little bit more of a hit scan. Senior Pac-Man, the lift, it's huge. It catches out 4. They're trying to get the kill, but the immortality field is going to be just enough to get them there. Kairos onto the McCree as well. He's trying to just get the damage in. He does find Nerdy Birdie. Does get the res off onto Modern Frost though, so it's going to bring back the Bastion. Does cost him his life though. CBMX finding the kills. Salad on my ski also getting the kills here. Modern Frost, they're just all rolling and figuring out what they needed to do. They are finding their footing on the attack here. The Academy of Art cannot afford to make a mistake here if they want that 2-0. But Boise State looking to tie up the record here. T-Cat prowling behind him. He's pushing in. This is the last chance for the Academy of Art to really get done through. Modern Frost with the amplification matrix over in the corner. Techie trying to get some damage in to get rid of the immortality field. So Modern Frost won't be able to not die here. Price, huge move, gets Soulpawn out, but Modern Frost still in the corner. Look at Price. Oh, he gets the rock right to the face there, but he's got to keep pushing in the damage onto Modern Frost. He's just getting healed up by the Baptiste, keeping him alive. And the rest of the team for ArtU, it's making it very difficult for them to keep up. But Modern Frost does pop the ultimate, trying to push in more. Gonna find T-Cat as well. He's gonna be able to survive with the best defense. A lot of damage here. Price trying to stall out the cart here as much as he can. Kairos coming in. He's getting out the point though. He's gonna get pushed. Techie touches the point. Same thing, Senior Pac-Man trying to get it in there. But Modern Frost gonna keep him off, and that is gonna be it. Boise State gonna be tying up the map record here. So that one apiece. Yeah, so play the game right here. Going to Modern Frost on that Pharah. Very, very good play here. Academy of Art really didn't have an answer to this, especially on that push when they were trying to come up here. It's a nice pull. They got the Bob in the back line, and right there has enough for the barrage. Doesn't even need to use it. Just goes right over the top. Modern Frost showing their range of color there. Starting off on the Mei, ends up going to the Pharah, and then eventually onto the Bastion. And that wide flexibility does give Boise State a lot to play with, and they can use it whenever they want to. We saw the same thing coming out from T-Cat and Kairos as well here from the Academy of Art, but the fact that they were able to switch when necessary and get the kills, they did exactly what they needed to do. It also felt like the Academy of Art was giving up a little bit of ground, quite a lot of bit of ground during that second phase. I don't even think that they tried to contest that. But Boise State definitely finding their footing. They were just pushing on through, being aggressive as they can, and also, holding down the fort. They were able to do it on the attack. They were looking a little weary on defense, but they definitely showed it on attack. Having the most aggressive play style and just pushing on through really does help them push on and create the game that they want to do. So once again, Score is tied up at 1 apiece. The Academy of Art University and Boise State going at it. This next one is going to be the Academy of Art's pick, and it's got to be an escort map. So it's either going to be Dorado, Route 66, or Junkertown. It's going to be interesting to see what they pick here. The Academy of Art is known for having enough flexibility in their DPS line to really do what they want, but I feel like when it comes down to them, they might pick that Junkertown, only because it is a long sightline map. It is something that they love to run, that double sniper. They put TCAT on the Hanzo and they put Kairos on the Widow. It would be interesting to see if that does come into play. Meanwhile, Boise State looking very flexible on what they want to run, but the Pharah would definitely have a harder time on Junkertown if they do decide to run it. They can't see the May, though, later on. But it does come down between Dorado, Route 66, and Junkertown. They're going to figure out what map they want to pick and what they want to play. But whoever takes this takes the cake. There's no way to really tie it up. So this is the winner-take-all match here. Already tied at 1 apiece here. And, since it is a best-of-3 series, we'll see if the Academy of Art comes out ahead or is it going to be the Broncos. They're waiting on I believe there's a substitution here coming out from the side of Boise State. If they are going to be rotating a couple players or if this is just a couple players figuring out what they want to do in terms of the rotation. But yeah, we've definitely seen quite a lot. Solpon being very flexible on that tank role as well, giving them a lot of options. And that's something that we saw, especially with not necessarily with the Overwatch League, with heroes switching halfway through, but just being able to have the right personnel in order to play the right things is very important, especially in this game. So we'll see what they decide to do, if there is going to be somebody else coming in here or if it's just a reconnect. It does look like it's going to be Junkertown. It's what the UI is currently hovered over. And if that's the case, the Academy of Art will be picking that map as their pick. We'll see what they do decide to run here. The Academy of Art, Boise State, definitely two of the top teams here. It's gonna be good. These teams were personally invited by Tespa to play in this series. The best 16 teams in the college scene are all here to duke it out and win. Best of 3 once again. This is a 4-week event, 8 matches total. Just to let you guys know, after this game, the Academy of Art will be playing against the University of Utah, and it does look like it's going to be Junkertown. So make sure, if you do enjoy the cast and you want to see more ArtU Esports playing here, join us at 3 p.m. But for now, let's get into that final match, which is going to be Junkertown, and we will figure out what they decide to run here. Once again, Academy of Art trying to figure out what they want to do and what they want to play. See them down at the bottom there. Little shooken up after that last match, but they will figure out what they want to do and what they want to play.
Ready for battle.
As stated, the Academy of Art really does like their double snipers. So the first point is very open and very good for those snipers. So we'll see if they do decide to run that. Meanwhile, the other team, the Boise State Broncos, are looking at a May Bastion comp. This is going to be something that's going to slow them up, but it also will allow them to get into some really weird places if they use the May wall to boost up a couple players. But we will find out pretty soon, as we have 10 seconds left on this clock, as we see the Academy of Art University face off against Boise State, the Overwatch Collegiate Varsity Series. This is map number 3. This is for it all. So here we go. The Academy of Art rolling out of the gate pretty quickly. TCAT already on that Hanzo, looking to get a pick, and Kairos already finding their Baptiste, forcing the May wall up early too. They are going to get the res, but Kairos is already in position. He's looking for heads. Can he get him? He's got a stuffy in the head himself. He said that he was sick coming into this match, but that should be no excuse. He's trying to get a kill here. He does get brought down pretty low there. Techie going to be there to get the heals up. And he's looking. Prowling. Harambe getting it. He finds the Baptiste in the corner, but he has to watch out for this May as well. He does get the pullback. The rock. That's going to be enough to bring down Salad on my ski. And there they go. The maze already down. One of the walls already broken as they're trying to push their way through. Senior Pac-Man focusing on that immortality field. Important to get that quickly. T-Cat already wrapping around. He has enough. He has the dragon if he wants to use it, but he doesn't need it. The Rez trying to get off onto there. He's going to throw it. He's going to try to cut him off in the back line. He does find the Mercy, and T-Cat already finding more. Salad on my ski finds his opposite name in Kairos here. Pac-Man going to get Sulpan. The Academy of Art kind of stabilizing and trying to push their way through as Techie is almost to another Coalescence. They're looking around for another pick. They understand Salad on my skis on this Widow. And they got to find a way how to deal with it as quickly as they can. So they're just inching the cart, making sure that they can't get it. Modern Frost not going to be able to get the sight line that he wants. Wants to be able to contest CBMX. Trying to keep it up, but there goes the Immortality Field. Techie popping Coalescence, keeping the team alive and pushing through. The Gravitic Flux catches two, and they're going to be able to drop him down. There you go. Senior Pac-Man going to be able to secure this for the rest of the team as Techie is going to keep it up. My bad. Price is on the Moira. That is not usual. That is why I got messed up. But yeah, Price is on the Moira now. Boise State trying to figure out an answer to this. They do almost have Gravitic Flux ready for this push. They are going to use it. Sulpan almost to the Bongos as well. We will give them a lot of firepower going into this, but it's going to be Salad on my ski versus Kairos is the main matchup that you want to see. Seeing if any of the picks do catch anybody around a barrier. Kairos does find Nerdy Birdie. That's already a support pick, but Modern Frost already finds Price as well. So no main healings out by there. Vizalist does find Kairos. So they're already going to be down a couple players. They do drop the Bongos for this in order to keep the fight going. T-Cat already flanking behind. He might have been found already. They look like they might try to rotate to get him. But he's already looking at Sigma. He gets the scan arrow. Trying to get more Modern Frost dropping down. Salad on my ski already finds Kairos. So ArtU kind of backing up here. They don't want to push into this that quickly. Meanwhile, Boise State already has the infra sight if they want to use it, giving some sight lines, but it looks like Kairos will probably answer back with that. Bezelis already has the amplification matrix if he wants to throw it on top of Modern Frost. Definitely an option, CBMX as well. Oh, the dragon's coming from underneath! This is going to be something big, but it looks like they are going to drop the Immortality Field to keep the team alive. Senior Pac-Man trying to shred that up as quickly as he can. Oh, the Mercy dropping down. Kairos already finding that number, but Modern Frost already finds Price as well. For the Rez, going to bring Senior Pac-Man back. They're trying to push on through. The Academy of Art is just playing underneath them this time, trying to make sure that they cannot quite get that number. Kairos getting aggressive here. Finds two. Finds Salad on my ski, but it's going to drop to Sulpan. But it's already too late. The Academy of Art already inching the cart closer and closer. Senior Pac-Man going to get brought down, but so is Modern Frost. Harambe going to find the pick. Price coming back with a melee. Let's see if they can keep their push going. CBMX being the last remaining person on that point. They're going to bring back Pac-Man with a Res Techie. Keeping that up, and the Academy of Art is going to secure point number 2. Here they go. Point number 3 this time. Academy of Art definitely rolling with a little bit of momentum here. Finding their groove with that double sniper. That's why Junkertown is kind of one of their picks that they wanted to run. Solid on my ski. Switching over to the Doomfist this time. Doesn't want to mess with the hit scan potential. Modern Frost picked off by T-Cat. Might be a quick res though. Salad on my ski already finds T-Cat. Opposite number. There we go. Modern Frost going to bring him back. So the numbers advantage is going to go into Boise State's favor. Oh, the Gravitic Flux catches out too. Pac-Man looking to drop him, but CBMX already done the damage. They're still going. The swing. CBMX does find his opposite number. Kairos finds the support. Finds both of them. That's 2. That's going to keep the fight wide open for the Academy of Art. Oh, Techie getting the super jump, trying to keep out of the sight lines. Already behind the line. And do they see them? No. Price already dropping down. Has Coalescence available if he needs to use it, but he's already gone. Techie somehow surprisingly gets out of that fight without dying. T-Cat has dragons available. He's looking for it. Finds out that the absorb was used. He might be looking for it right here, right off the wall. Here it is. Looking at CBMX. He's already pretty low, but here comes the Coalescence out by Price. Keeping the team up. Rez, Techie, bringing him back. Price drops pretty quickly as well. It looks like Boise State really holding their ground on these last points and finding their footing. they're just keeping it up, keeping the pressure. The Academy of Art just breathing into this, playing it low and slow. Looks like a quick regroup here. Looks like they're going to go back to the classic Doom Reaper. Playing that basic meta game right here. Harambe almost has his bongos available if they want to use it. That would be the way to go. Price gets picked off pretty quickly. Senior Pac-Man drops as well. So, the Academy of Art already playing with numbers, with the numbers disadvantage here. They're just going to have to back up and reset. That's already another fight that they cannot quite take. So, they are getting the full reset. They only have about a minute to push through this. If they are going to try to contest it, it's going to be pretty difficult.
No, it will move.
Considering the ult's advantage, going into this, heavily favoring Boise State going in. The pull, trying to get some more Kairos. Already on the high ground. They do find Salad on my ski, so that's one of their main DPS players down. Kairos just trying to get some chip damage from the top. They do trade Supercharger for Immortality Field. Price finds Modern Frost this time. Kairos, the Academy of Art, starting to stabilize a little bit more as they are pushing their way through, trying to pull the cart along with them. It's the aggressiveness coming out from Kairos and T-Cat in order to make it their best play that they can get. Kairos is going to be prowling and looking for that Death Blossom when he gets a chance. Salad on my ski and CBMX can look for that Slam Gravitic Flux combo if they do get it up. Here's the Gravitic Flux. Catches out 3. Can they get the drop? Pac-Man dropping pretty low. But CBMX already finds T-Cat. That's one of their main DPS down. Kairos pops Death Blossom but doesn't quite find much. Techie keeping the team up though. This is important as Kairos still pushing on through. But Salad on my ski looking to push down on them. Does find Techie. So that is one of their supports down. The Academy of Art playing in overtime now. T-Cat pops the Meteor Strike, looking for something, anything. Does get more shield out from the help of Price, dropping the beat there, keeping the team alive. Modern Frost switching over to the Reaper, keeping the team up and hopes and dreams alive. But Basilisk playing against Techie. Does get pulled and brought down. Salad on my ski does find Pac-Man though. Sulpan trying to find even more, gets pushed back. Sulpan playing on the point. Techie trying to get around. Harambe dropping pretty low, but Techie trying to keep him up. The superchargers drop. It's only going to be Techie here though. Oh, but T-Cat comes back in time. Going to be able to use the best defense to try to keep his life alive a little bit longer. Kairos coming back in. Same thing with Pac-Man on the ball this time. He's touching it, but the ball being able to contest. Pac-Man drops it. He's trying to keep his hopes and dreams alive. The beat dropped. It's not going to be enough to keep them on the point. The Academy of Art is going to be giving it up after 2 points. Almost a full push. Hopefully this isn't a repeat of what we saw earlier on Numbani. We saw the full hold come out really late in the game by Boise State, but they were definitely putting up a fight in the early parts. So the Academy of Art running that double sniper, pushing on through. We'll see if we do see it again on the defense this time, coming out from the Academy of Art. But it looks like the Boise State Broncos really do favor that pirate ship along with the May, sometimes the Doomfist or the Reaper. So we'll see what they decide to roll out with here, especially on Junkertown. It's a very good pirate ship map. You can put Bastion and the Orisa Shield down along with Sigma to protect from any possible flankers. So it will come down to the way how the Academy of Art wants to approach this. And if they do so, what is the best course of action? Are they going to be running a May? Are they going to just try to Doomfist run through it? We won't know. Only time will tell. As we are heading into Junkertown again, this time Boise State is going to be on the attack. It's going to be really interesting. Once again, the score is 1-1. Whoever takes this takes the series. And there is there is a potential to tie, but it's very, very slim. They're going to be slowly heading into this game. Busan was the first map that went to the Academy of Art. Map number 2 was Numbani, and that went to Boise State. So, once again, ArtU picked Junkertown for this map pick, and we'll see what they decide to roll out with as the match. The doors are about to open. This is the last push, the last round that we're going to get here as Boise State University faces off against the Academy of Art. This is for the series. as they're going to be starting off. T-Cat gets a quick frag. Kairos also on that push, and they're just going to be pushing on through. They do get the res for Price, and the damage is already done. T-Cat on this Junkrat. It's a very interesting pick out from him, but it is there. And once again, they are just going to be trying to hold this door here. This is something that the Academy of Art has definitely practiced on, this map in particular, in holding this house. They try to use the wall to separate out the Bastion from the line of sight, but they are pushing their way through. Oh, the stun. Harambe held up here. Doesn't quite have a shield yet. Doesn't need to use it. Kairos just leaning in so much damage. Salad on my ski. And Modern Frost already picked off. And it's just eating so much clock off of here. I feel like the only way to do it is if they try to get a Riptire off, but Salad on my ski already looking at it with that Junkrat pick. It's kind of a difficult approach. Sulfon drops it, Amplification Matrix, this time trying to shred through the barrier. Instead, Kairos brought down early. There's no way to save him with the Immortality Field. It comes out a half second late. T-Cat trying to get the damage in, and he's going to be able to find it as Modern Frost is going to be able to just run on through. There's no one else to save the Academy of Art in this building, so they're just going to give it up. But damage is already done, though. They ate quite a bit of clock off of there, forcing Boise State to really rethink their structure here. They had to commit a lot of ults too. Nerdy Bird is going to be the only one who will still have her Valkyrie available. Meanwhile, the Academy of Art looking at two potential ults, one with the Coalescence and with the tank configuration. For configuration tank, my bad, as there's 2 minutes left on the clock for Boise State to quite push it around the corner. It's going to be difficult to push. The Academy of Art is not going to have any card presence trying to get in here. The pull does bring down Harambe, so no shield going to be available. He's got to drop down. Senior Pac-Man trying to contest the point. Harambe is already brought down Techie. He's already in the back line, and it's going to get picked off. And that's going to be point A going to for Boise State. So now they're going to be moving on into phase number 2, trying to get around the takeout area. So this is going to be an interesting push. Academy of Art switching to Price on that onto Lucio this time. Very basic composition out by the Academy of Art. Boise State is going to be playing that point as quickly as we can. They do get the pull onto 2. Not quite going to solidify any kills off of it, though. Modern Frost. Here's the Flux. Gravitic Flux lifting up a couple players. Senior Pac-Man dropping pretty low, though. The damage coming in. The Supercharger out by Harambe. Already dealing with the damage. Modern Frost already finds T-Cat. CBMX finds Pac-Man, and Harambe is going to drop as well. The Amplification Matrix is just doing so much damage for them. And Boise State finding their footing again here. They're just going to have to reset. They're forcing the Academy of Art to reset on this push once again, as they're just going to be cruising on into point number 3. They won't have enough time to contest, but at least they could potentially hold this door fast enough. Modern Frost rotating around with the rest of the team. Damage coming in. Modern Frost looking down the sight lines. They do have the ultimates available. They have 3 ults going into this fight. The Academy of Art only got 1, maybe 2. So Kairos stunned up in the back line. He's just playing it slow and slow. T-Cat looking for a punch, but he does get trapped up, and he's going to get brought down. There's the lift up in the low ground here. Kairos just looking for kills. Can he get enough? He gets trapped. The Riptire is going to be enough to go around the corner. That's going to bring him down. This Junkrat has been doing so much utility damage with the trap. Being able to keep him down makes it very difficult for them to really get their footing and push on through. Last chance for the Academy of Art to hold it down. It looks like a repeat of Nubani, as Modern Frost does find T-Cat. They're going to have to switch up. Kairos already shreds the barrier, but the damage is already done. He's going to get brought down, and they are just cruising on through. Boise State looking to take the series here, and they're just cruising along through. T-Cat got to play really slow. He's trying to get anything out of this. Oh, doesn't have enough time to recall. And here comes Harambe. Just trying to get some damage in. But he's going to get shredded up. Kairos already gets onto the point. Has to use his Shadow Step to get in. And that's going to bring him down. And that's not going to be enough. And it looks like Boise State is going to be the winner of the series here, as they are going to be moving on in this match. Play the game, going to Modern Frost on that Bastion. As we can see, is holding down the point and making sure that they cannot quite touch. Nice tracking onto Kairos and the rest of the team here. Just making sure that, you know, no contestation is going to be had here, as Boise State is going to take the series against the Academy of Art. It's very good play, very interesting play nonetheless. It's showing the flexibility of Boise State and the contestation of ArtU. They're figuring out how to get their footing back coming into these next couple matches. So overall, very good game. Boise State Broncos taking the match 2-1 against the Academy of Art. A couple of takeaways here, as we saw from Boise State. They really do like to play that Bastion comp. They like to play it low and slow and push on through. It's very good on their part. And a couple of the mix-ups and the changes, the same thing with the Junkrat, seeing that flexibility coming out from both teams, being able to potentially lock the Doomfist if he doesn't quite scan for that, or if he tries the Rocket Punch, it just halts the momentum completely. So both teams playing with some interesting techs coming in here, and it was really interesting to see them. Boise State, congratulations for the win. I hope to see them maybe later down the line. A lot of interesting plays. Meanwhile, the Academy of Art kind of giving up a little bit too much space, in my opinion. I see them backing up quite a bit and not quite contesting the point. They had a very interesting strat, especially on Junkertown, holding that first house, but it wasn't enough to hold them off. So as we saw, Boise State being able to really just push their way through and hold off on those last points, something that they've done very, very well. So once again, just a reminder, after this match, we do have the next match, which is going to be at 3 o'clock. The Academy of Art is going to be facing off against the University of Utah. So thank you guys for watching. We will be taking a break, and we will be seeing you guys later.